Hey, what's up everybody? So I'm going to be preparing some rye berries, some grains for inoculating and colonizing of the mycelium. What we do is these are organic, and I get them from shroomsupply.com. I usually get most of my stuff from there because they're all about mycology. So what we do is first is we turn on the hot water. This is 2 cups, which will give me about 4 quart jars or 4 pint jars per jar. So it's usually about a cup per quart or a cup per 2 pints. So we make sure the water's hot. There's a lot of debris in here and a lot of let me show you guys. Let me turn off the water so you hear me. So it usually comes with a lot of debris and dust and sticks and stuff like that. So we'll rinse it out, and you want to do this a couple times, and then you see all this nastiness that's in there. Sometimes it's even browner than that, especially when you use a lot of it. I use sometimes 7 cups, 10 cups. It gets really dark, and you want to rinse it until it runs clear. You do this about 4 to 5 times. And any of the berries that are floating and they come out, they're supposed to come out because you don't want those anyways. See how they float? You just keep it, mix it, and then tip it out. And you want those out of here because they're pretty much hollow and cracked, and that's why they float. So mix the water. You get all that stuff that's in there, all that nasty brown on the rye berries. This is better. If you don't do this, you're gonna have it's gonna clump up when you put them in your jars and you pasteurize it, and it's not gonna be same. It's not gonna be nice and free flowing like singles. You know what I mean? It's gonna be clumpy, and you're not gonna want that. So that's the point of the reason why we do this. So we do this until it runs clear. At least 4 to 5 times, even more if you need to. Make sure you use hot water. Okay, it's running clear. So I'll do it one more time. Okay, and you see how much it's a lot clearer. No matter what, this is something that you want to do all the time, just to get any dust off. And then we're gonna add depends on how much you use. If you're using like 7 to 10 cups of rye berries, you're gonna want to use a tablespoon. I'm only using 2 cups, so I'm gonna use a teaspoon. So I don't have the gypsum. A teaspoon of gypsum or a tablespoon of gypsum, depends on how much you use. I don't have it with me. I have to go get it. So I'm just gonna fill it up with the hot water. You want to make sure that the water is above the rye berries at least a couple inches, because these things will soak up the water and they'll expand. And then if you don't have enough water in there, it's gonna soak up all that water, and it's not gonna keep the moisture. And so once you get the gypsum, the teaspoon, you mix it up, the gypsum up with it, and then you set this aside for 18 to 24 hours. That's gonna hydrate them, and that's gonna it's gonna make them a little bit softer, and that's what you want to see. Then after 24 hours, we're gonna boil it for 10 minutes, and then add them to, and then we're gonna achieve the correct moisture content. And how we do that is we use a napkin. We put some berries on a napkin, and we wait 15 seconds. If the napkin comes damp, any moisture on it, there's too much water still on it. So you're gonna shake the steam. It should be steaming. I'll make a video on it so you guys can see. And then that's gonna then you use the napkin test. And once you get no moisture on that napkin, it's totally dry, that's when you achieve the proper moisture content. You only want moisture inside the rye berry, not on the outside. Very important, because too much moisture is going to cause contaminants. It's going to drip to the bottom of the jar, and it's going to settle there, and then it's just inevitable. It's going to be contaminated within, you know, I'd say a week. So we let this sit anywhere, put a lid on it, let it sit for like I said, 18 to 24 hours, and we come back to it when that's all done, and you'll see the difference. So I will make the second video